students, in a previous session we have learned about factors affecting climate, right? And they are altitude, latitude or distance from the equator, distance from the sea like sea breeze and land breeze, humidity and wind. Now in this session we are going to learn about different temperature zones of the world. Now, do you know friends, around the world few countries are called climatic twins. Now you might be thinking that twins and that is also something on a basis of climate. How it can be possible? So if you will notice, Canada over here and Russia over here, they both are called climatic twins. Why? Because they both are lies in between these two lines, right? Now same way, Mexico over here and southern part of the India over here, they both are also a climatic twins, right? Because they both are also lies in between these two same lines. So definitely they are facing the same climatic conditions. Now, as we have learned about the major latitudes, so they are equator, then Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle in a southern hemisphere, North Pole and South Pole. So, if you will notice this figure, few zones are created, right? If you can notice, few zones are created. This one, this one, this one, here. So, can you see this? Yes. So, now we are going to learn about major temperature zones. So, as we have drawn over there, three major zones are there, temperature zones are there, and they are torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. So, torrid zone lies from the equator to Tropic of Cancer and equator to Tropic of Capricorn. So, this whole area lies and called as a torrid zone, right? After that, from Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle in a northern hemisphere and from Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle in a southern hemisphere. So, this area is called temperate zone. Which zone? Temperate zone. And beyond the Arctic Circle to the North Pole and beyond the Arctic Circle to the South Pole, this area is called frigid zone. Which zone? Frigid zone. Now let's learn about the temperate zone. Sorry, torrid zone. So, the region located between the two tropics, right? Region located between the two tropics, 23.5 north and 23.5 south, has a tropical or hot or humid climate. But before that, you need to understand torrid zone. So, if you will notice this figure, over here the nearby the equator, if you can see, the sun strokes are most directly. That's why this area is called as a torrid zone, right? Now, torrid zone have tropical climate. Why? What does it mean? So, if you will notice, nearby the equator and this torrid zone is covered from Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn. So, that's why it's called tropics, or they have tropical climate. So, it lies, the two tropics are lies 23.5 north and 23.5 south, right? So, they have hot and humid climate. This region is called the torrid zone. The sun's rays are direct and strongest in this region. Most of Africa, southern part of Indonesia, India, northern part of South America and North Australia falls in this zone. So if you can see in this figure, you can point it out, all the countries which lies in torrid zone. Now one more fact about the tropical climate is that if you will notice nearby the equator, which places are very nearest to the equator, and that is Ecuador and Congo. So they are getting very high heat and high rainfall, right? But the area means South America and Africa, they are getting little bit less rainfall. So one fact is about this tropical climate is some of the hottest countries are the wettest too. Okay. So now let's learn about the temperate zone or moderate zone. So what is this temperate zone and where does it lie? So temperate zone from Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle in a northern hemisphere and Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle in a southern hemisphere. So these two areas in a southern and northern hemisphere are called temperate zone, right? The region located between the Tropic of Cancer 23.5 north and the Arctic Circle 66.5 north in the northern hemisphere, right? Over here 66.5 in a northern hemisphere and 66.5 in a southern hemisphere, right? The region between the Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 south and the Antarctic Circle 66.5 south. They both are called temperate zone. So this one is northern temperate zone and this one is southern temperate zone. Okay. The climate is neither too hot nor too cold. So that's why it's called moderate climate. The temperature zone lies between the torrid and frigid zone. So where is torrid zone? This is the torrid zone. So it lies in between the torrid zone and frigid zone. Europe, Great Britain, Central Asia, northern part of India, southern Australia, New Zealand and the southern part of South America lies in this zone. Now, why it has moderate climate? So if you will notice this figure, nearby the equator, sunstrokes are very directly, mostly directly. But if you will move little bit far away from the equator, can you notice this sunrise? It's little bit slanted. So this is the reason temperate zone has moderate climate, neither so hot nor so cold. Now, one more reason and one more factor of this temperate zone, and that is all four seasons, four distinct seasons will be faced by this temperate zone. Okay. Now, let's learn about the frigid zone. Now, frigid zone lies in the northern hemisphere, right? The frigid zone lies between the Arctic Circle 66.5 north. So, this is 66.5 north and to the North Pole. So, this area is called frigid zone in a northern hemisphere and Antarctic Circle 66.5 south and the South Pole. So 66.5 over here from Antarctic Circle to the South Pole. So this area is also called frigid zone to the South Pole. This zone remains extremely cold throughout the year. Now can you see this beside a figure, one more figure over here? As torrid zone receives highest amount of sun rays, right? Temperate zone receives little bit slanted rays over their area. But if you will notice over here nearby the Antarctic Circle and Arctic Circle or North Pole or South Pole, very few amount of sun rays are lying over there. So that is the reason this region are very extremely cold. Fine. So if you want to learn something more about this temperate zone, you can click it on this YouTube link and just have a virtual tour. Thank you so much.